So 2025 has been absolutely mental for mobile gaming, and I'm not even exaggerating. We've got games on your phone that look better than stuff from like 5 years ago on consoles. Absolutely wild. Today, I'm counting down the 21 best open-world games you can play right now on Android and iOS. And real talk, there's no specific ranking here. These aren't in order of best to worst, because honestly, that's kind of impossible. These are just 21 games that absolutely deserve your attention. Every single one is incredible for different reasons, so don't come at me saying why is X higher than Y. It doesn't work like that. We've got AAA titles, hidden gems, upcoming releases, indie darlings, literally everything. If you're looking for your next obsession, it's in here somewhere. Let's jump in.
All right, starting us off is MOCO. Look, this game is criminally underrated. It's this creative, colorful, open-world experience that doesn't take itself too seriously, and honestly, that's exactly what makes it work. It's all about exploration, discovery, and just vibing in this beautifully crafted world. The aesthetic alone is worth the download. It's got this dreamy, almost Spiritfarer-esque vibe that just hits different. So here's what you're actually doing. You're exploring this gorgeous hand-drawn world where everything feels alive and intentional. The art style is absolutely stunning. We're talking watercolor aesthetics mixed with 3D elements that somehow just work perfectly together. Every area you explore feels like the developers genuinely cared about the design. The color palette changes throughout the world too, so you get these completely different vibes as you progress from area to area. The gameplay loop is incredibly satisfying. You're constantly discovering new areas, finding secrets, meeting NPCs with their own little stories, and there's this genuine wonder that a lot of games try but fail to capture. The puzzles are clever without being frustrating. They make you think but don't break the flow or make you feel stuck. You're collecting items that actually matter, solving environmental puzzles that use the world around you, and uncovering this interconnected world where everything connects to everything else. The progression system is designed so you're always discovering something new. You unlock abilities that let you access new areas, which feels rewarding and makes exploration actually mean something. It's not a hardcore grind fest. You're not farming materials for hours. It's about the experience and the journey. The pacing is perfect for mobile too. You can do a quick 15-minute session exploring one area or sink hours into it and make real progress. Perfect for when you want something chill but still engaging, something beautiful that makes you genuinely feel something.
Okay, so if you've ever played Rust on PC, you know it's brutal, like genuinely hostile. The mobile version brings that same chaotic energy to your phone. This game is not for the faint of heart. We're talking hardcore survival where you're constantly watching your back, managing resources, building bases, and dealing with other players who are absolutely trying to ruin your day. It's PvP heavy, the world is dangerous, and death means real consequences. You lose everything, your gear, your weapons, your resources. That's literally the whole point. There's no safe zone where you can just farm peacefully. Every moment someone could be hunting you. But here's what makes it addictive. The stakes feel real. You're gathering wood, metal, and components to craft gear. You're scavenging abandoned buildings. You're making strategic decisions about where to build your base because location is everything. Do you go high traffic where you'll find more loot but face more danger? Or do you hide in the middle of nowhere and have to farm more? The base building system is actually pretty deep. You can create multiple rooms, secure doors, storage systems. You're building defensively, trying to protect your stuff from raids. The combat is tense and unforgiving. It's real time, it's fast, and whoever has better gear usually wins. But smart positioning and strategy can beat brute force. The gunplay requires actual skill, leading shots, managing recoil. What's crazy is how well they've optimized it for mobile without losing that edge. It actually runs smooth and the controls feel responsive despite being on a phone. Every death teaches you something. You're learning the map, learning where players hang out, learning what gear you need. The progression is all about accumulation. Better gear means you can take on harder areas and tougher players. If you're into survival games that actually make you feel like you're struggling to stay alive, this is it. Fair warning though, expect to get absolutely destroyed by veterans at first, but that's part of the charm. The learning curve is steep, but conquering it feels incredible.
CRASHLANDS 2. So the original CRASHLANDS was already incredible, and the sequel, they said let's make it even more chaotic and fun. You're literally stranded on an alien planet called Evergrind, and your job is to survive, craft, build, and explore. The game's full of personality. The humor is legit funny, the characters are memorable, and the world constantly surprises you with absurd situations and genuinely funny dialogue. It's colorful, it's weird, it's exactly what you want in a survival game that doesn't take itself seriously. The survival mechanics are straightforward, but satisfying. You're gathering materials, wood, metal, alien plants, weird alien resources. You're managing hunger, thirst, and energy. But unlike other survival games, CRASHLANDS doesn't punish you for that. Dying doesn't mean losing progress, you just respawn and keep going. This means you can actually focus on exploration and discovery instead of stressing about survival. The crafting system is ridiculously deep. We're talking hundreds of items to craft, combine, and experiment with. You've got furniture for your base, weapons, armor, potions, cooking recipes. The crafting feels rewarding too because you're not just making random things, you're crafting for a purpose. You need better weapons to fight tougher enemies. You need specific armor for specific situations. You're farming specific materials because you want to craft something specific. The exploration is where the magic happens. Every area feels distinct and packed with secrets. You're discovering new biomes, each with their own aesthetic and challenges. Jungle areas, ice areas, volcanic areas, completely different vibes. The bosses are actually challenging and super satisfying to beat because you see them coming and can prepare. You're learning their patterns, crafting the right gear, and when you finally beat them, it feels genuinely earned. The base building is fun and functional. You're creating a home base, decorating it, making it feel like your own space. It's not deep or complex like other survival games, it's more about expression and comfort. Plus, the game respects your time. It's designed for mobile, so you can jump in, play for 20 minutes, and actually accomplish something meaningful.
Okay, Dark and Darker Mobile. This one's not for everyone, and the game knows that. This is a hardcore dungeon crawler that straight up doesn't care if you're struggling. It's punishing, unforgiving, and absolutely brilliant. You go into dungeons, you fight monsters, you collect loot, and if you die, you lose everything you brought into that run. That's the whole mechanic. There's permadeath elements, there's PvP, where other players can absolutely wreck you and steal your loot, and it's unforgiving in the best possible way. So, the core loop, you load into a dungeon with basic gear. You explore, fight monsters, open chests, and collect loot. The deeper you go, the better the loot gets, but the danger increases. Every encounter could be your last. Do you go deeper and risk everything, or do you extract with what you have? That tension is the entire game. The combat is tactical and deliberate. This is crucial. You can't just button mash your way through. You need strategy, smart positioning, resource management. Every encounter feels tense because the stakes are real. You've got stamina management, positioning matters for cover and LOS. You're managing limited potions. It's dark fantasy Souls-like combat, but on mobile, and it works incredibly well. The loot grind is satisfying in that dangerous, just one more run kind of way that keeps you up at night. You're collecting gear, upgrading weapons, finding rare loot, but every run is risky. You could get incredible gear drops and then immediately get destroyed and lose it all. That's the thrill. There's no safe farming. Different character classes play completely differently too. Warriors tank and fight, rogues sneak and deal burst damage, clerics heal and support, archers keep distance. Each class requires different strategies, different play styles. You're learning not just the dungeon, but your class's mechanics. The PvP element is brutal. Other real players can be in your dungeon. They're trying to kill you and take your loot. You could be extracting with amazing gear and run into another player. Do you fight or run? It creates these insane moments of tension. If you loved games like Hades or roguelikes with that dark fantasy vibe and actual consequence, this scratches that itch perfectly. COROMON Rogue Planet is like if Pokemon decided to get dark and actually challenging. It's a creature collection game, right? But it's got roguelike mechanics mixed in, which means runs are procedurally generated and actually have consequences. Every time you play, the world is different. You're collecting these cool COROMON creatures, think Pokemon but with a darker aesthetic, building teams, strategizing, and if you lose, you start over with a new roster. Every playthrough is completely different. The creature collection part is legit, satisfying. There are tons of creatures to discover and catch, each with unique designs and personalities. You're building teams around specific strategies. Some creatures are tank-based, some are speedy, some deal massive damage. The type system actually matters, like fire beats grass, water beats fire, etc. But it's not rock, paper, scissors simple. There's actual depth to team building. What makes this special is the difficulty scaling. This game doesn't hold your hand like main series Pokemon. Bosses are legitimately hard. They're not just stronger versions of your team, they're actually strategically built. Type matchups matter hugely. You can't just barrel through with one overpowered creature. You gotta think, adapt, and genuinely develop strategy. You're planning your moves, managing resources between battles, deciding when to use powerful moves and when to conserve. The roguelike aspect adds incredible replayability. Each run is a complete journey. You're progressing through zones, getting stronger, and if you die, you lose everything and start fresh with different creatures. But every run teaches you something new. You're learning creature stats, learning boss patterns, learning what strategies work. The creature design is sick too. They've got personality and character. The animations are smooth and satisfying. There's this dark, atmospheric aesthetic that sets it apart from other creature collectors. It's got pixel art that looks beautiful, a grungy world, and a genuinely cool vibe. The story involves exploring this rogue planet, discovering what's happening there, and uncovering mysteries through the adventure. The progression system respects your skill. Better players can push further, beat tougher bosses, find rarer creatures. There's a skill ceiling that lets players actually improve. You're not just grinding, you're getting better at the game.
PUBG Mobile is still the undisputed king of mobile royales, and 2025 hasn't changed that. They keep adding content that actually matters too. The Rondo map with dual flight routes is absolutely insane. Totally changes the strategy. Instead of just one flight path across the map, you've got two independent routes you can take. That means the map planes completely differently depending on where planes fly. You're constantly adapting to different circle locations and flight paths. It adds this unpredictability that keeps the game fresh. World of Wonder mode gives you different vibes and mechanics. It's not just standard battle royale. They're experimenting with different game modes and mechanics that shake things up. Sometimes it's mode-specific mechanics, sometimes it's cosmetic events tied to real-world themes. The destructible environments mean every match plays out differently. Buildings collapse, trees fall, the environment changes as players fight. You can't just camp in the same spot because it might get destroyed around you. The optimization is ridiculous. It runs smooth as butter on most phones, even mid-range devices. The gunplay feels responsive despite being on mobile, and the skill ceiling is high enough that you can actually improve and see your improvement. The controls feel tight and responsive. Whether you're casual or competitive, there's something here for you. The gun variety is massive, and each weapon feels distinct. Assault rifles, SMGs, sniper rifles, shotguns, each has its own recoil pattern, effective range, and playstyle. You're learning these patterns, adapting to what you find, and making tactical decisions about loadouts. Early game, you take what you find. Late game, you're building your ideal loadout. The progression systems give you stuff to work toward. Battle Pass cosmetics, seasonal events, limited time cosmetics. It's never pay to win though. Everything that matters is performance-based. The updates keep coming consistently. They're constantly tweaking balance, adding new content, listening to community feedback. This is how you support a live service game properly.
Dragon Raja RERAISE. Okay, so the RERAISE version just dropped in August 2025 with Unreal Engine 4, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's an anime MMORPG, so if you're into that aesthetic, you're already in. The art style is beautiful, character designs are detailed, the world is colorful, and the overall presentation is top tier. But beyond the visuals, this game's got serious depth. Over 800 recipes for crafting. You're not just finding gear, you're creating it. The new performer class completely changed the meta for group dynamics, and the world building is genuinely impressive. You're not just going through the motions, there's actual lore and story here. The combat system is smooth and satisfying. It's real-time action combat, not turn-based. You're dodging, attacking, using skills, managing cooldowns. The combat feels responsive and engaging. Different weapons and classes play completely differently. Warriors tank, mages deal AoE damage, archers focus on single target, performers support the team. Each has its own playstyle and progression. The dungeons are challenging and rewarding. Bosses have mechanics you need to learn. They're not just stat check encounters. You need to understand their patterns, dodge attacks, use your skills properly. Dungeon runs feel like real accomplishments when you beat them. The difficulty scaling means there are dungeons for casual players and hardcore players. The crafting system is actually engaging. You're gathering materials, figuring out recipes, crafting better gear. It's not just automatic. You're making strategic decisions. What gear should I craft next? What materials should I farm? It gives you goals beyond just grinding dungeons. Character customization is insane. You can make your character look exactly how you want. Hairstyles, outfits, accessories, colors, poses. You're expressing yourself through your character's appearance. The social aspect is big too. You've got guilds, team dungeons, PvP modes. You're not alone, even though it's an MMORPG.
LIFEAFTER? Honestly, this game is criminally underrated. Like, people sleep on it hardcore. It's post-apocalyptic survival, but it's actually fun instead of depressing. You've got massive maps with ocean access. We're talking genuinely expansive world where water exploration is part of the experience. Over 800 recipes for crafting. You're not just making basic weapons and food. There's this incredible depth to what you can create. The manor system makes you feel like you're building something real. You're not just existing in the world. You're creating a home base that evolves and improves. The world design is incredible. Each map feels distinct and worth exploring. Forests, wastelands, islands, each with their own aesthetic and resources. You're discovering new areas, finding loot, uncovering story elements as you explore. The helicopter transportation system is genuinely cool. Once you unlock it, you can fast travel between locations, which is huge for a mobile game. The survival mechanics are satisfying. You need to manage hunger, thirst, and energy. But it's not stressful. It's paced well. You can easily maintain these stats while playing naturally. The crafting loop is engaging. You gather materials, craft items, and work towards specific goals. Early game, you're making basic tools and weapons. Late game, you're creating elaborate structures and advanced items. The manor system is actually fun. You're building rooms, decorating them, improving your base. It's not just cosmetic. Your manor provides benefits and storage. You're constantly adding rooms, unlocking new furniture, making your space feel like home. It's got progression built in. The combat is action-based and satisfying. You're fighting zombies and other threats. Weapons feel different. Melee weapons versus guns have different playstyles. Boss fights are intense and rewarding. The exploration rewards combat preparation too. You're finding better weapons, better armor, better equipment as you progress. The multiplayer aspects bring people together without forcing competition. You can team up with friends, explore together, build bases together. The game respects your time too. It's not designed to stress you out with time limits or forcing you to log in daily. It's paced well, and you can play at your own speed. It's wholesome, it's engaging, and it absolutely deserves more attention than it gets.
Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Okay, so Minecraft on mobile is different from Java, and some of those exclusive features actually make it special. Cross-platform play means you can literally vibe with friends on any device: phone, tablet, PC, console. You can play together seamlessly regardless of what platform everyone's on. That flexibility is huge. It makes it genuinely social. You can build with your friend who's on console, your friend who's on PC, and your friend is on their phone. It just works. The exclusive features on mobile are legit too. Specific mechanics and content that don't exist on Java Edition. Performance-wise, Bedrock is optimized specifically for lower-end hardware, so it runs better on less powerful phones. The controls are also optimized for touchscreens. They're responsive and intuitive. Infinite worlds mean endless exploration. You're not limited by world size. The world just keeps generating as you explore. The simplicity is key here. You can understand Minecraft in 5 minutes. Place blocks, break blocks, survive night, build stuff. But beneath that simplicity is infinite depth. You can speedrun. You can build massive projects. You can explore. You can farm. You can create art with blocks. Whether you're into survival mode, where you need to manage hunger and fight monsters, creative mode, where you build anything you want, or adventure mode, where you explore, it's all here. The optimization is solid and runs smooth on most devices. The simplicity mixed with infinite depth is what makes Minecraft timeless. The content updates are constant. Minecraft keeps evolving. New blocks, new creatures, new mechanics. The marketplace offers cosmetics and maps. You could spend 5 minutes in this game or literally 5 years. Both are equally valid.
It's the ultimate play-at-your-own-pace game.
Subnautica just hit mobile in 2025, and it's a premium experience at $9.99, and honestly, totally worth it. This is atmospheric exploration at its finest. You're underwater on an alien planet 4546b, trying to survive while uncovering mysteries. Your ship crashes, you're stranded, and the only way to understand what happened and escape is to explore this alien ocean. 3 gameplay modes let you choose your vibe: creative mode for pure building, freedom mode for survival, and hardcore mode where one death ends your run. The exploration is genuinely terrifying and beautiful at the same time. You're building submarines, diving deeper, discovering new creatures. Some are adorable, some are absolutely massive and will hunt you. The deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets. You're managing oxygen, power, hull integrity. Every expedition has stakes. Can you make it back before running out of oxygen? The sense of dread mixed with wonder is incredible. What makes Subnautica special is the sense of wonder mixed with dread. You're discovering alien creatures, exploring caves, managing resources, and there's this underlying mystery that pulls you deeper. You're uncovering what happened to the planet, why you crashed, what's really going on. The story unfolds through exploration and discovery, so you're constantly motivated to keep playing and learning more. The building system is satisfying. You're constructing bases, underwater habitats, submarines, each with specific purposes. You're managing power with solar panels and reactors. You're creating storage, growing food, building medical bays. Your base becomes this little hub of civilization in the alien ocean. The creature design is absolutely phenomenal. Every creature feels unique and alive. Some are peaceful, some are predatory, some are just weird. You're learning their behaviors, understanding what's safe and what isn't. The aesthetics of this underwater world are stunning. Bioluminescent creatures, colorful plants, mysterious architectures from an ancient civilization. It's not action-heavy. It's about atmosphere, exploration, and genuine survival. The pacing forces you to be patient and thoughtful. You can't just rush in. You need to prepare, scout, plan. PlayDigis ported it beautifully so it runs smooth on mobile and looks gorgeous. If you've ever wanted to feel like you're alone on an alien world, this nails it perfectly.
Number 9. Ark Ultimate Mobile Edition. December 2024. Grove Street Games absolutely delivered with this one. We're talking 150 plus creatures to hunt, tame, and ride. You're building bases, surviving in a prehistoric world, and the scope is genuinely massive. The expansion packs add insane amounts of content, and the Ark Pass gives you solid benefits if you want to support the developers. This isn't a stripped-down mobile version. It's the real Ark experience on your phone. The survival loop is intense. You're gathering resources, wood, stone, metal. You're hunting for food and water. You're crafting tools and weapons. You're managing your stamina and health. But the real magic is the taming system. You find a dinosaur, you knock it out by dealing damage, and then you feed it food to tame it. Different creatures need different foods and taming strategies. The taming system is one of the most satisfying in any mobile game. You actually feel like you're bonding with these creatures. Once tamed, they become your companions. You can ride them, they fight alongside you, they help you gather resources faster. A tamed T-Rex can carry you across the world. A tamed flying creature gives you mobility. Each creature serves a purpose. You're building relationships with your dinos. The exploration is rewarding. The world is absolutely beautiful. Different biomes, different creatures in different areas. You're discovering new species, uncovering artifacts, uncovering the story of the Ark. The world feels vast and dangerous. You could be peacefully gathering berries and suddenly a predator appears. That tension keeps it exciting. The base building is strategic. You're choosing location carefully. Water access, defensive positions, resource proximity. Your base becomes your safe haven. You can build solo or team up with friends to build massive structures together. The combat is real-time and intense. You're fighting creatures with your weapons or riding tame creatures to battle. Boss fights are genuinely challenging. The progression feels good. Better gear, better creatures, better bases. Whether you're solo or in a tribe with friends, there's so much here. It's dinosaur-filled chaos, but it's incredibly well-optimized chaos.
Number 8. Once Human. This game originally launched on PC as absolutely massive, and it's coming to mobile in April 2025.
We're talking a 256 square kilometer map. That's not a typo. The world is genuinely huge. To put that in perspective, that's massive. It's survival mixed with exploration and base building, and the Way of Winter update added some crazy new mechanics that completely changed the meta. The concept is meta-human gameplay, humans with special abilities or mutations in a post-apocalyptic world, which sounds weird but works perfectly. The survival mechanics are satisfying without being tedious. You need food, water, and warmth. But the pacing is good. You're not constantly starving. You're gathering resources, hunting, fishing, cooking. The crafting system is deep. Hundreds of items to craft. You're not just making basic tools, you're creating elaborate structures and specialized equipment. The world design is incredible. Every area feels distinct and worth exploring. Snowy regions, forests, deserts, each with different resources and challenges. Environmental storytelling shows you what happened to this world. You're discovering story fragments, uncovering lore, understanding the world you're surviving in. The exploration is genuinely rewarding. Combat is satisfying and tactical. You're fighting creatures and possibly other players depending on server type. Combat feels responsive and rewards positioning and strategy. Boss encounters are genuinely challenging. You need to prepare properly to take them on. The base building is strategic and deep. You're choosing location carefully, you're building structures for specific purposes. You can create farming areas, crafting stations, storage systems, bedrooms. You're investing in your base, making it more efficient and comfortable. The progression through base building is satisfying. The meta-human abilities add variety to survival. Different abilities let you approach survival differently. You're not just brute forcing everything, you're using abilities creatively. Cross-platform features mean you can play on console or PC, and your progress carries over. The graphics are solid. The optimization for mobile is solid, and it manages to bring a PC experience to your phone without compromising. If you want a survival game that respects both exploration and gameplay depth, this is it.
Number 7, Tower of Fantasy. Everyone counted this game out, but 2025, it's absolutely back and better than ever. The weapon switching combat system is addictive and strategic. You carry multiple weapons into combat, and you can switch between them mid-fight to adapt to situations. Different weapons have different playstyles. Some are fast and agile, some are slow and powerful, some have special mechanics. This isn't just one weapon being better than others, they're genuinely different approaches. You're building a kit, figuring out what works for you, constantly adapting. The MMO features are legit. You've got dungeons to raid, world bosses to fight, other players to team up with. The world feels alive with player activity. They're finally implementing crossplay too, which is huge for connecting communities. The sci-fi aesthetic is honestly refreshing in the open world space. It's not fantasy swords and sorcery, it's futuristic technology and alien worlds. The exploration is rewarded. You're finding relics, discovering dungeons, uncovering story elements. The world design encourages exploration and rewards curiosity. You're not just following markers, you're discovering things naturally. The dungeons are challenging and require strategy and teamwork. Boss fights have actual mechanics you need to learn and execute. The updates have been consistently good, and you can feel that the devs genuinely care about making the game better. They're listening to feedback, balancing the game, adding meaningful content. There's always something to work toward. New dungeons, new weapons, new story chapters. It's got gacha elements, but it never feels predatory. You can progress perfectly fine without spending money. The community is surprisingly supportive and helpful. People team up to help others, share strategies, celebrate achievements together. There's room for both casual players who just want to enjoy content and hardcore players who push endgame content. The progression system is satisfying. You're constantly getting stronger, unlocking new gear, discovering new weapons.
Zenless Zone Zero. Hoyoverse said, "We're gonna make another certified banger," and they absolutely did. The agent system is slick.
You're collecting agents, think characters with unique designs and abilities. Each agent has distinct playstyles. Some are brawlers who get close and deal massive damage. Some are ranged fighters. Some are tanks. Some are support. You're building teams of 3 agents, and team composition actually matters because you can chain abilities together. You're discovering synergies, figuring out what works, constantly experimenting. The decibel rating system creates these satisfying difficulty tiers, so you can challenge yourself progressively. You can play casually or push yourself against harder content. There's depth for players who want to min-max and optimize, but it's never necessary. Version 2.3 added Lucia and Yathari, and the game keeps evolving. New agents regularly drop with their own unique kits. The story is genuinely engaging. The characters are memorable. They've got personalities, backstories, character development. The narrative actually makes you care about these characters. You're investing in them beyond just their combat abilities. The world building is solid too. You're uncovering what's happening in this urban world, why these creatures exist, what the real threat is. The hollow zones, basically dungeons, are challenging and require strategy. You're not just going in and grinding mindlessly. You're planning your team, preparing gear, strategizing approaches. Boss encounters have distinct phases and mechanics. The gacha system is fair too. New agents drop regularly, you can save currency for specific releases, and everything can be cleared with free agents if you're skilled enough. It's honestly criminally underrated. People slept on this game, but it's absolutely incredible. The polish, the animations, the gameplay depth, the character design, everything just works. It's a game that respects your time and rewards your skill.
Number 5 is Wuthering Waves. If you loved Genshin but wanted something different, this is your game. The Resonator system is incredibly deep. You're not just collecting random characters, you're strategizing team compositions, managing Resonator stats, discovering synergies between characters. Each Resonator has intro and outro skills that chain together. You're building compositions where swapping creates combos. You're thinking about element types, about who benefits from whose buffs, about optimal rotations. The parry mechanics make combat feel way more tactical than other games in the genre. You can't just face tank everything. You gotta learn, adapt, and actually develop skill. You're learning enemy patterns, you're practicing parries, you're executing skill combos. The combat has this dance-like quality to it where you're learning the rhythm and executing. Mastering it feels incredible. You genuinely feel yourself improving as you play more. Version 2.7 brought insane new content. New Resonators, new dungeons, new story chapters. The skill ceiling is legitimately high. This game rewards players who put in the effort to master combat systems. You can see veterans absolutely popping off with execution that casual players wouldn't be capable of yet. There's something aspirational about that. The world design is gorgeous. Detailed environments, secrets to discover, puzzles to solve. The exploration is rewarding. You're finding hidden chests, discovering shortcuts, uncovering the world naturally. The story actually makes you care. There's character development, emotional beats, genuine stakes. There's this real sense of progression that feels good. Yeah, it's got gacha mechanics, but the actual gameplay is so engaging that it doesn't feel like a grind. It feels like you're progressing because you're having fun. You're engaging with mechanics, mastering skills, discovering new resonators that let you approach combat differently. The community is supportive too. People share strategies, celebrate achievements together, help newer players learn.
Number 4, ANANTA. ANANTA is technically not fully released yet, but the demos at TGS 2025 were absolutely insane. So I gotta mention it. We're talking about a Manhattan-sized world called Nova City, with Spider-Man-like traversal. Instead of being limited to running on the ground, you're swinging, sliding, and wall running across the urban landscape. The verticality is incredible. You can go up buildings, traverse rooftops, discover hidden areas by exploring vertically. The movement feels fluid and liberating, like parkour mixed with web swinging. No character gacha system, which is genuinely refreshing. The progression is based on actual gameplay skill and exploration rewards, not just pulling the right character. That's a fundamental design philosophy shift. You earn power through exploration, through discovering secrets, through mastering mechanics. It's about rewarding players who engage with the world, not players who spend money on gacha. The gameplay footage showed incredible combat too. The animations look smooth, the impact of attacks feels weighty, and the combat seems tactical and engaging. The world design shows genuine attention to detail. Every building feels purposeful, there are secrets everywhere. Environmental storytelling shows you what's happened to this world. The co-op elements could be game-changing too. Playing with friends in this massive city, discovering things together, exploring this beautiful urban environment. The social aspects could really shine if implemented well. If the final product matches the hype from the TGS demos, this could legitimately be one of the best open-world games on mobile ever. The team clearly has a vision, and they're executing it. 2026 can't come fast enough. The expectations are absolutely sky-high. And honestly, they might actually deliver.
Number 3. Palworld Mobile. Krafton is developing this, and they showed a playable demo at G-Star 2025. Here's the concept. Creature collection meets survival gameplay in a way that hasn't really been done before. You're catching creatures, pals, building bases, exploring, and dealing with survival mechanics all at once. It's basically what if Pokemon had a full survival mode with base building. The demo footage showed this perfect blend of collection, exploration, and actual consequence. The creature catching mechanics look solid. You're discovering pals in the wild, catching them, adding them to your team, but unlike Pokemon, your pals actually work. They're working in your base, they're assigned to tasks, they're producing resources. A pal assigned to farming will actually farm. A pal assigned to logging will cut trees. You're managing your base like it's an actual functioning operation. The survival mechanics add weight to exploration. You need food, materials, ammo, you're gathering resources, crafting gear, preparing for battles, but your pals help. You're not doing everything solo, you've got teammates helping you out. The dynamic of collecting creatures that actually work for you instead of just existing in your box is genuinely compelling. The combat looks action-based and engaging. You're fighting other creatures, dealing with environmental challenges, managing resources in real time. Boss fights look challenging and exciting. The progression feels like it'll be satisfying. Better gear, stronger pals, unlocking new areas. The co-op is being emphasized too. You can play solo or team up with friends. Multiplayer exploration, base building together, collaborating on survival challenges. The world looks absolutely lived in with other players doing their own thing. Coming in 2026, and the community's absolutely hyped. If they nail the balance between collection mechanics and survival depth, this could be genuinely game-changing. It's one of the most anticipated mobile releases heading into next year. The concept alone is so compelling.
Genshin Impact. Look, I'm not even gonna pretend this game isn't phenomenal. Version 6.0 just dropped with the Nodcry region, and it's absolutely massive. 7 distinct elements in the combat system: Pyro, Hydro, Electro, Cryo, Animo, Geo, and Dendro, each with unique mechanics and reactions. When elements interact, they create reactions. Fire and water creates Vaporize. Electricity and water creates Electrocharged. You're strategizing team compositions around elemental reactions, creating combos that deal massive damage. The combat is buttery smooth, polished to perfection, and genuinely fun every single time you engage with it. You're swapping between characters, using abilities, timing ultimates, watching particles fly. It's satisfying to execute well. Yeah, it's got gacha mechanics, but the actual gameplay is so good that it never feels like a grind. It feels like you're progressing because you're having fun, not because you're forced to. The world design is incredible and constantly growing. Every region feels distinct. Lush forests, sandy deserts, frozen mountains, industrial cities. Each region has its own architecture, NPCs, and story. Mondstadt feels like a peaceful city-state. Liu feels ancient and mysterious. Inazuma has this Japanese aesthetic. Sumeru is tropical and vibrant. You're constantly discovering new regions and exploring each one thoroughly. Exploration is genuinely rewarding. You're finding hidden chests, solving environmental puzzles, discovering secrets scattered throughout the world. Puzzles use elemental mechanics. You burn wood with fire, freeze water with cryo, activate machinery with electro. The world rewards curiosity and experimentation. You can climb anything, glide anywhere, swim across oceans. The story is genuinely engaging. Main story chapters have actual narrative stakes and character development. Character quests dive deep into backstories. World quests weave lore into the environment. You're actually invested in the characters and the world's destiny.
The characters are memorable. They've got distinct personalities, relationships, development arcs. The free-to-play model is actually respectful. You can absolutely play and enjoy this game without spending money. All content is cleared by free-to-play players. Battle Pass and cosmetics don't impact gameplay. Cross-platform play means you can jump between PC, mobile, and console seamlessly. Your progress carries over. This is what a polished mobile open world experience looks like.
For the top spot, I gotta give it to Sky, Children of the Light, because it's an absolute masterpiece. Real talk, I had Genshin here too, but they're both phenomenal for completely different reasons. Genshin is your power fantasy RPG. Sky is your, I want to feel something beautiful and meaningful. It's made by that game company, the studio behind Journey, and you can feel the passion in every pixel. 7 dreamlike realms to explore. Sky Prairie with rolling clouds, Sky Valley with mysterious temples, Sky Forest with ancient trees, Sky Desert with vast sands, Sky Vault with underground caverns, Sky Kingdom, and Eden with its ethereal, heavenly aesthetic. The flying mechanics are genuinely incredible. You equip a cape and you can fly around freely in 3D space. It's not restricted movement. You're gliding, ascending, diving through gorgeous environments. The first time you fly, it's genuinely breathtaking. You're soaring through clouds, diving toward islands, experiencing this sense of freedom that's rare in gaming. Flying is the core of how you traverse and experience the world. The gameplay is about discovery and connection. You're finding spirit memories, little NPCs scattered throughout the world. You interact with them and learn their stories. There's genuine emotional storytelling here. These characters have struggles, they have journeys, and you're helping them find peace or closure. Some stories will legitimately make you feel something. The narrative uses beautiful environmental storytelling to convey emotion without words. The visuals are absolutely stunning. The art direction is phenomenal. Pastel colors, flowing designs, beautiful particle effects. Everything looks like it stepped out of a Studio Ghibli film. The music is equally amazing, peaceful, emotional, perfectly complementing the experience. The aesthetic is deliberately calming and beautiful. The multiplayer aspect is unique because it's designed around helping other players. You'll encounter other players seamlessly in the world, and instead of competing, you're encouraged to cooperate. You light each other's candles, you help each other reach areas, you share the experience together. The game never forces multiplayer. You can play completely solo, but the social aspect is genuinely heartwarming. People are kind to each other in this game. You're helping strangers, experiencing moments together, and that creates genuine connection. There's progression, but it's not about power. You're collecting cosmetics, capes that look different, hairstyles, emotes that let you express yourself. Everything is earned through exploration and gameplay, never through paywalls. It's free to play, but never feels predatory. It's just genuinely beautiful and respectful of your time. What makes Sky the top is how it respects your emotions. It's not about grinding. It's not about stats and powering up. It's about experiencing something genuinely beautiful and meaningful. The multiplayer is designed around cooperation and kindness. You're helping other players, experiencing emotional moments together, and leaving that game feeling genuinely better than when you started. That's special. That's rare. That's why it's number 1. This game proves that games can be art, can be emotional experiences, can make you feel things beyond excitement or competition. Okay, so there you have it. 21 incredible open-world games for Android and iOS in 2025. Remember, there's no ranking order here. These are all special in their own ways. Whether you're into action RPGs, survival games, cozy experiences, hardcore challenges, or peaceful exploration, something here is absolutely for you. Do yourself a favor, pick one, download it, and give it a real shot. You might find your new favorite game. And hey, drop a comment telling me which one you're starting with. I genuinely want to know what resonates with you. If this video helped you find something awesome, smash that like button and subscribe because we're constantly covering mobile gaming news, reviews, and recommendations. 2025 is insane for mobile, and there's so much more to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.